computer. Is that working?
Mm-hmm. It says recording.
Okay, great. I can't really tell from where I am. All right, so we're down one this evening. Our friend Bob, whose surviving character is Gabri, the elf troubadour, has been sent out on an errand for baby supplies. And the understudy for this part is Dean, who is also in charge of Jaspar, the forager. So in this part of the of the manor house, we have Jaspar in the lead in pursuit of his missing dog Boris, followed by Oivan the rat trapper. Right? Got that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oivan the trapper of rats.
With Gabri bringing up the rear, and they have a candle among them, and then over in this, I believe it's a single candle. And then just outside of
I made a torch.
Oh, that's right. You got a makeshift torch. Sorry, the nightstand lid.
Right, out of pork fat.
Nightstand. Yeah, that's right.
Wait,
that's right.
I thought we
out of substandard expired pork fat.
I think it was whiskey. I think the pork fat actually.
Oh no, you're right.
I'm sorry.
Pork fat was.
It was the whiskey. Yeah. Is what worked.
And then Allard. So Ictrude, the town constable, and her deputy Crespin, and Allard, the scholar, are all huddled in the room outside of the dining hall. So I did. Yes.
Wait, so Gaspard, Bob's character, is with
over here.
Gabri is actually his dude, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, got it. I didn't recognize which group he was in. Okay, well that's easy. I can play both of those.
Yeah, they're both in the same spot.
Gabri gives his life for Boris.
No doubt.
I see your love.
I was just telling Kevin before that most of you guys are have enough XP to level up, become level 1 characters if you wanted to retreat and go back to town.
Not without my Boris.
Okay, just checking.
Oh, that's interesting, because as soon as we retreat and level up, suddenly we're survivable.
Yeah, that's right. Suddenly we're going to live through this, mate.
Right now, we live in a world where anytime you're going to get hit, you're dead.
Yeah.
And so,
that old thing your mom used to tell you when you went out in the rain without a jacket, you'd catch your cold and die. That's a reality. That would happen to all 3 of our characters in the one room.
But each of you guys has to kill off one of your characters so that.
Yes, I'm totally fine with that. But
wait, no, what do you mean? They can have multiple.
No.
Well, I thought the whole point of a funnel game was to funnel.
Oh well.
That's why I
yeah. No, that's the point for sure. But like, you don't have to purposely kill off a character just so you.
There are not enough blood and souls for my Lord Ariok so far. Let's get moving.
I think a funnel. You got to have 4 characters each, because then there's truly the DM.
There's true decimation. Yeah.
Yeah, the DM is like happy to kill people left and right. The players are resistant.
Yeah.
2 characters each. The DM's like, oh, what if I kill this guy? Aha. And then, oops, accidentally kill the other guy too. Very easy to do.
Yeah, well, you can always. There's always a good funnel. Also has built-in ways to get new villagers too. I think it's a lot to run 4 characters. I think it's pretty hard to.
I gotta say, my fortune teller had much better stats than my forager.
Oh, no doubt.
Well, but with freebooters, there is still a leveling up mechanism, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can build those stats.
Right. I'm not ashamed to say that I'm excited for Ictrude to get to level 1.
No, I think Ictrude would be cool as a
Hoyvon. He was born with this strength of 6 and his charisma of 7,
and not the strength of 6 men.
Right? Oh, but man, I want the ratty-faced fellow to survive.
Yeah.
That's the thing about a funnel is you just don't know.
Yeah,
he's sort of the Steve Buscemi of the group, you know.
Yes. Pink or whoever.
So I rush forward and kick in these double doors.
Okay, so you rush forward.
Can we back up just what was the last thing that happened?
Yeah, I have no
three?
idea.
These three had just rounded a corner and they were in pursuit. They had heard the whimper of a puppy through these doors up ahead. And you guys over here had just kind of regrouped outside the room where your dead companions lie.
Right.
I mean, I would try to, I would say, oh, you know, we catch up with the other party so that we're all together. But these guys are so far apart and don't have much of an idea of where the other crew is, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think you have split the party.
I think we have. And that's why two of us are dead.
That's right.
All right. So we're kicking in the door.
The strange ghostly fungus lady was like grabbing onto somebody, was dragged out into the sunlight or the dim twilight and gave up her last ghost, so to speak.
I stomped on her lower half.
Yeah, Jaspar did away with the fungus lady, the lichen lady.
So that could be some signs of something going on over by that door because they got outside.
Because they got outside?
Yeah, then we drag it out into the sunlight. So maybe there's like bedclothes on the ground or the...
Oh, you mean if you guys looked at the... Yeah, sure,
right.
For sure. And it's twilight. I mean, the door's open for one thing.
Oh, right.
And yes, the remnants of her would be kind of like flapping in the wind on the stairs there. Yeah, her remains would be like sort of... I mean, her pelvis was crushed and her bones were basically like... consistency of chalk. So falling apart.
I'm in both parties, so I'm ready to rock and roll.
Don't feel like you've got to maneuver it for me. I'm happy to.
Well, we'll cut back and forth in any case. But right now,
it's cool. Jaspar, it's awesome.
Jaspar, what kind of footwear do you have on?
I have elvish slippers.
Oh, you do? That's right. I forgot. So you take a few steps forward and kick that door and. Your foot bounds back off of it and you almost fall down.
Oh.
The door, it does not give.
Okay. Well, I guess it's locked.
I have my rat knife. I'll try and pick it with my rat knife.
A skill?
So, wait, who would have locked the dog in there?
That ghoul guy
he took the
who
dog.
was running away. I assume he's going to eat Boris.
Can I use my rat knife to try and?
Yeah, there's no visible lock on the door. There's two iron handles that look like you should be able to pull them open.
Oh, so I was trying to push when you have to pull.
Well, then you go to pull and it doesn't give either.
Oh. Well,
you can get a new dog.
but my little girl gave me this dog. She said, "Daddy, you need company, Papa. You need company."
I didn't know you had a daughter. You have a daughter?
Yes.
Yeah, we did hear about the daughter.
I have pictures of her.
Like drawings.
I sent it an email.
So
it's
there's
part
stairs.
Of the 84 thing.
The stairs next to us, are they going up or down?
Those stairs go up.
Okay, so I'm not completely ready to give up on these doors yet.
No, I'm thinking maybe there's another way around.
Can I try and slide my knife in between the doors and like lift up any kind of latch or find if there's like a bar on the other side to lift up?
Yeah, so you have a knife in your gear.
I do.
Is that right? Okay, great. So and you're holding the candle in one hand, or the torch. Sorry, you got that makeshift torch. Oh yeah, Mark, that torch has a duration of 3. I'll keep track of that.
Okay.
So I'm going to mark one right now because it's a makeshift torch.
A duration of 3.
Yeah, duration is just an abstract timer that I can mark down whenever it seems fitting.
Okay.
Usually, like, I would make a move to do that, or it just logically would make sense that the torch would be starting to run out. And so you're holding that torch, and you slip your knife. You manage to like jam it in between the two double doors. There is about like a half-inch space there, and you do feel a bar on the other end, on the other side.
And it's too heavy to lift with a knife.
It's too heavy to lift with the leverage of just your arm and that knife, and you're just peering at it and holding up the torch. You can tell that the bar is probably 4 inches thick,
Yeah.
and it crosses the entirety of both doors. So just a knife's not going to do it.
Hold on, let me.
There's a door here. We could look in there.
I'm sure it's full of fungus ghouls or something. Let me look at what Gabri has. He's got a knife.
It was the ferry pilot had the pole. I have a knife.
Yeah,
I have my rat traps. Although I've put one down.
You did put one down, yeah.
Not sure. Let's go outside and go to a window.
Oh, okay. I'd like to go outside. Yeah, I think I saw a window leading into that tower when we were running over here.
It might be just like arrow slits or something, but it was worth looking.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys want to head back?
Yeah, quickly.
So you guys head back out onto the steps, and should we say the other group peers out also and sees their companions?
Sure.
The Ictrude would definitely be trying to reunite the party.
Okay. So then, just even from here, looking out through this, the cloisters here, you can see them emerging from that doorway. So we can actually reunite the whole.
And can we have brought out our at least our 2 deceased companions and have put them at least on the steps or something?
Yeah, that's true.
They're not within the confines of the horribly haunted mansion.
Okay, so you drag their bodies out.
Yeah.
Onto the
dignified, kindly. And Allard had nothing to do with it. These are your people. I can't get rural morning rituals. But no, please go right ahead. I'll keep an eye out. That no work to be done by Allard.
Bar says, "What has become of that attractive and so intelligent Shannon?"
Strangely misunderstood, beautiful woman.
Yes.
Killed by the curse.
They have taken my dog. We must recover Boris. This is personal now.
Was it a skeleton who took your dog?
No, it was some raggedy ghoul thing. I have no doubt, but it plans to feast upon my poor puppy's flesh.
I don't know if it's a
My daughter gave me that dog. I will brook. No, don't even say we give up on the dog. Just.
Crespin looks to Ictrude and says, "Boss, you're the boss. We got to do what the sheriff says."
Ictrude has a dog snare because one of her jobs in the village is also dog catcher. So she probably doesn't have a great love for dogs.
No, she loves dogs. Think about it, animal control. They love animals. They want to protect them.
Okay. Well, we're armed for it. So Ictrude and Crespon, we both have our swords.
Come, I want to see in the window over here.
I think we both have shields.
Yeah, you guys got shields from the dining room, I think.
Yeah, we're like a regular little army. Just think, Crespon, we could go back to the village right now, level up, come back, and be so powerful.
Come over
and
here.
Jason, I don't think I have it written down, but I was under the impression that Allard was also armed at the end of this.
I mean, there was certainly enough. He can have a sword and a shield, for sure. Sword and a shield, yeah.
Crespon probably,
When we come back, bring a lantern. This is just bullshit.
Oh, we do have more candles, though.
That's true. We can hand out candles. Hoyvon will hold a candle since he's not much good.
But first, the dog.
Yes, first the dog, and then the village.
Okay,
we have a lot of. Jason, the black mold or whatever, the black stuff that's on the ground here is still here, right? The house doesn't suddenly seem like we've broken any curses.
No, nothing seems changed at all. The only difference is that 2 of your friends are dead.
Their blood is now fertilizing the fresh soil.
And there's the kind of remains of the. In fact, in like a wind kind of swirls through the courtyard and blows up some leaves, and some like fragments of the lichen lady kind of like get caught up and drift away.
This is a horrible place.
Yeah.
This is
I don't know that the lady
place.
is going to come back to live here anytime soon.
Is that Jespar running over to the window? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
All right. Let's see.
Come on, you people.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, I'll let you guys control your own tokens if you can figure out how to do it.
Ictrude will come over. Where's Hoival? Hoival's probably pretty small. He could squirm through the window if it's a tight bit here.
Gabri says, I know once of a great heroic story that led to the rescue of a dog.
Okay, so you guys can all see on your own screens, right? From the
Yeah.
Okay, so if I stop share and then I can do this. So that little section that you're running up to is actually a greenhouse.
Oh, so we can look in?
You can actually see inside, yeah.
Oh, and it's made of glass, and we can shatter the glass and go in. Should we?
I don't know if we want to destroy that much property.
Glass is super precious at this time.
And actually, the glass is mostly missing from.
Oh.
They're like, but each panel, it's like an iron grid.
Yep.
And each panel is only about a foot square, so you wouldn't even be able to.
Well, can we see a dog in there?
Dog remains.
What I want to know is. Okay, there it is.
You know, if you kill the dog, you'll never get your audience back. That's a mainstay.
But I've got their attention right now. Boy, are they paying attention. Yeah, so this room here is covered in like an iron square lattice work. There are a couple of panes of glass remaining, but most of them are broken. When you peer through inside, the whole floor is so like you smell rotting. You know that smelling of like rotting vegetation, like like grass that's been out in the water for 3 days, and it's just like this rotting vegetable smell mixed with like a strong floral scent. There's wrought iron planters and hanging pots and shelves like attached to the walls, and some have been smashed off of the walls. The floor is covered with dirt and broken glass, and there's puddles of water because it rained like yesterday. So it just looks like a debris-filled greenhouse. No indication of a dog or any other signs of life in there.
No footprints.
And
there's no connection.
There's no connection to the greater house.
There's no connection to the other. Yeah, that's right. It looks like it connects to that place where you guys were.
Can you see my cursor? No, probably not.
I do not.
Is there any way to
There's a pointer tool.
There is. If you go to the upper right, there's a little drop-down menu. Do you guys have that on your end? And you can.
Oh yeah.
If you grab the paintbrush.
Tool.
Oh, Jason, your transparencies are showing.
Okay, so
can you see this?
It's like so embarrassing.
Yeah,
that
that's a wall or what? What like?
Sorry. No, I should have wiped that out. I should have wiped that out. I should have wiped it out. That's not a wall. It connects.
Oh,
yeah, so we should have known before.
We could have gone right in there before.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
Well,
we were not that observant. There was like
it was scary
and dark, and there was only.
So I'm gonna run over here and look in that window. Boris, here, boy.
You're gonna go. Oh, okay. So yeah, that window looks in on You actually have to. Somebody has to help you up to see in that window because it's about 8 feet off the ground.
Someone, please give me a boost.
All right, Hovan will come over.
And peering in with just.
Actually, Gertrude's much stronger. She'll say.
1 foot each. You don't have to fight over who helps me. Suddenly, Gabri says, "No, let me."
Ooh.
So when you peer in, there's a curved staircase going up past this window, and in the light from outside, you can't see further than that because it's so bright. And the window, the slit that you're looking through is only about 6 inches wide.
And from the outside, this tower, how high is this tower? Is it 2 stories or?
It is one. It's the ground floor, and then 2 stories above that.
Okay.
Which is taller than the rest. The rest of the manor only goes up to the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
The tower has 3 stories to it.
And this tower, is it made of stone, brick? What?
It's made of stone. Yeah.
It's made of stone. So suddenly we're in castle territory. Are there like battlements on top?
No. From a distance as you approached, it was a very narrowly. What's the word I'm looking for? Is that acutely sloped? You know, it's like a shallow slope.
Okay.
Like a
cone.
Peaked roof. A cone. A very shallow cone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's like roofing tiles in the
slate
courtyard. So
or adobe?
yeah, slate. Terracotta. No, it's slate. California. It's admission style.
Thank you. I need the architectural style to truly visualize what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to know who would have lived here. Is this a separate space, or was this used as a military thing over the last 100 years or so?
Are you drawing upon your knowledge?
I am. I'm drawing upon my local historical knowledge.
I think, you don't have to roll for that. I think that's something you would probably just know. And the answer is that this is the structure that they would have built first while they were building the rest of the manor. So it was probably the initial fortification of House Leget in this area, and everybody probably lived inside of it during the, several hundred years ago when they were first kind of creating their domain. So it's the oldest part of the...
and the rest of the house would have been built on afterwards. And this may have been the place where people would go back to, in times of crisis or uncertainty of safety. This is where the family and their most loyal retainers would retreat to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. The rest of the house would not withstand any kind of. It's very obvious that it was built during times of peace. There was no external threat to speak of, but this part of it could have withstood. Yeah.
Could have, and which makes sense then why those doors were so impervious down at the bottom, because they would have been meant to withstand actual sieging.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Doesn't somebody here have a sword?
Yeah, there's a bunch of swords.
Okay. Wouldn't a sword through the double doors be able to lift the bar? Shouldn't we go in there with because I only have this knife, but one of you people with a sword, you could just lift it right up.
And the window is too narrow to climb in.
Yep, that's right. It's only about 6 inches wide.
Perhaps this being the oldest part of the estate, this is where all our problems lie. Well,
what makes you think that?
Because evil starts at the beginning.
Really?
Yes. My mother told me that. It's always, we built a house on an Indian burial ground, or, we didn't move the graves, or, it's part of the land itself. Come on, let's go. Let's go in. What are you people with the sword? You strong man, come with me. Save my dog. We can do this.
Correspondence, we have lost 2 of our dearest friends.
Let's not make it 3.
As we will wait here for your turn to return, but I really feel like
Give me a sword.
Returned to the village. There are still some in the dining room.
Give me one of yours. I don't want to go running over there. Hand me a sword. I'll do it myself. Damn you. Damn your eyes.
I feel like the fortune teller's spirit has kind of laterally moved over. And Jeannon is still with us in one way or another. Crispin has said a prayer to the lady over the cadavers of the two dead villagers on the thing, and is pretty upset about this. It's really like, these guys are dead, and it's bad.
Who has a sword? Who has a sword?
Crispin is a changed man, but Jaspar could care less. Could not care less.
Yeah, so Ichtrude agrees with Crispin that going in there doesn't seem particularly wise, but she's willing to hold the courtyard and keep this area safe.
Hand me a sword.
But Hoyvan is
I'll do it myself.
A steadfast friend, and so he's willing to do it. And there were other swords, right? Ichtrude, or
for fuck's sake, I'm going to get my own goddamn sword.
Right, they would have said there's other swords in there. Okay. Go get one.
We did not exhaust the supply of swords. We ran out of hands before we ran out of swords.
Yeah, so who's going back into the dining room? Jaspar
and Gabri
are both going in. Is
Hoyvan will stick with them.
Okay.
God damn, you won't even hand me a fucking sword.
It's very tame.
Okay, at this point, your makeshift torch is totally burned out.
Okay, whatever. Give me a candle, someone. God damn you! Now I don't. All this talk. Give me a candle.
You already. Yes, but I think Gabri had a candle. You're all. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. He extinguished it in the pot of lard. So you can relight the candle, and you have one.
No help whatsoever, all of you. My dog is dying as we speak.
We're starting to see some of the village social dynamics come to the fore here. So, there goes crazy Jaspar.
Okay, so now I have a candle. I can see.
Yeah, the two of you can.
Crispin whispers to Ichtrude, once you get him started, there's no stopping. Just let it burn.
Doesn't this guy live in the woods? Like, he doesn't come to town very clearly.
Can I grab a sword?
I think we all understand why.
So you're holding up the candle and you're entering into this room.
Yes. And, there's more fucking skeletons.
You're sort of quietly creeping.
I got my elven boots.
The candlelight is gleaming on the silverware on the table. And your Jaspar is leading the way. And you remember that over near the lower part of the... where's the little thing? Over here was where you see there's the dusty spaces on the wall where the old swords and shields were. You see a sword.
None of these characters have been in this room.
None of these characters have been in this room. Okay, great.
No, back originally I did, because Jaspar's the one who opened the black fudge stuff that almost.
Oh yeah, so that's true.
You were outside,
and then it seemed so dangerous that he went outside to tell Boris to go home.
That's right. That's right. That's where all this started.
So you get to about that point where you are right now, and you hear like a shuffling sound
for fuck's sake.
In the darkness towards the end of the dining room table there.
Okay, I am going to sneak. I'm going to tippy-toe.
Ooh, okay, so you're leaving Gabri with the candle.
Sure.
And you're going into the darkness on your own?
No, come with me.
With the candle?
I can't see.
Well, I mean...
You can't sneak in the dark.
Sneaking with the candle is...
Well, if I sneak into the dark, I can't see the sword.
So from where you are right now, you can kind of make out...
slippers, so you will be quiet.
You can kind of make out...
You'll never hear me die.
You can kind of make out where there's a sword on the floor.
Okay.
And in the light of the candle, you can kind of see it. So Gabri could stay where he is.
Okay.
You could sneak.
I will sneak.
Okay.
One.
So there's a hush, and actually you move completely silently in those elf slippers.
I don't even have to roll anything?
In this case, you're going to roll... you're going to make a saving throw with Dex.
Where did you get the elf slippers?
They were given Verite the sword, the elf slippers, and the holy water sprinkler were all given out by the council.
Lady handed it to me in the first episode.
Yeah. So
while Allard is standing next to Ictrud, Allard is remarking on the construction of the house, the history. Actually, you know, the third lady was not so interested in the greenhouse, and it was seen to be like a social status thing. But then her next husband didn't really like it, and it was sort of neglected. And frankly, I thought it would have been bigger. The pictures make it look nicer, but it really is kind of tatty, isn't it?
Hold on,
I think I should patrol around. Maybe you stay here. I'll go look around.
You guys, Dean can't find any 6-sided dice.
Oh no! Well,
that's embarrassing.
Dean can roll an owlbear.
Yeah, you got the owlbear dice tray.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is this?
You click that little.
It's on the upper left.
Yeah.
Upper left.
It's that weird little icon. Yeah.
Here it is. Dean, I rolled you a. No, never mind. That's not.
Found my dice. Sorry.
All right. So, what's Jaspar's Dex modifier?
0.
Okay, so 2d6. Those elf slippers give you a +1 to move quietly.
Okay. Five.
With the +1.
Don't technically have ears, though, right?
Say again.
Skeletons don't have ears, do they?
Technically,
of course. So and spending a luck is gonna
would make that a 6,
which is still not enough.
Still not enough.
So I make a noise.
Yeah, actually, you don't make a noise. You're totally silent. You get right to the sword. You're like, how's Jaspar feeling? Is Jaspar so intent on Boris that he's just like, fuck all this? Or is he anxious at all? Or is he just like, I'm going to get that sword?
He is fucking pissed that everybody's equivocating over the obvious right thing to do.
I see. Okay.
And I would have had the torch if everybody didn't have to discuss the ins and outs of going back to town. So, yeah, fuck everybody. I'm going to do it myself.
Okay, so you reach your those thoughts are in your head, and you're just at the edge of that candlelight, and it's just dim, and your eyes are just starting to adjust, and you reach forward to lay your hand on that hilt, and out of the darkness, a skeletal hand lands on your wrist and grabs your wrist. What do you do?
Can I grab the sword with my other hand?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. So you were reaching with your right, that hand's grabbed, you grab the sword with your left, and you swing at the...
Yeah.
So it's basically what you realize you're facing is like the upper half of a skeleton is on the floor, and it is grabbing your wrist. So it's just
completely stomped.
Okay, so I'm gonna, with the hilt of the sword, just bash in the head of that, or bash the arm that's grabbing me,
like to break it off so you can retreat. Okay,
yeah.
Great. Then that's not a fight. That's a saving throw with strength.
Okay, I got a 0 with that too.
Oh well.
Well, it's better than a negative. This time I get a 7.
That's better.
That's better.
Yeah, okay. So you smash the arm right on the elbow joint and pull your hand away, and it's still the hand is still kind of clutching onto your wrist. So you've got this disembodied skeleton hand holding onto your wrist. And Gabri, who's been intent on your activity and has been totally focusing on you, has not noticed the skeleton approaching his position.
Okay.
So skeleton kind of totters out of the darkness. Let's see if I can. There's no cool skeleton token here. Oh, here we go. Skeleton totters out of the darkness around the corner of the table.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good skeleton.
Okay.
What does Gabri do?
Gabri is gonna back up
with the candle.
With the candle, leaving poor.
Jaspar gets to smell his way back to Paris.
Yeah.
Is there I remember this was the room that had like the metal bowl that had the ooze in it. Is there any other vases or something heavy I could throw at the skeleton?
There was a silver tray with like some like mugs, not mugs, but like kind of cups. I remember that from earlier.
Yeah, there's a silver tea service.
Yeah, can I throw that at the skeleton?
Yeah, sure. It's like
with a samovar.
A tray with yeah. So you're gonna just hurl that at the skeleton to kind of like buy Jespar some time.
Yeah, and yeah.
So I would say, so Jespar's goal is to get out of that room. I would say hurling that tea service counts as helping.
Okay.
So Jespar is going to make the roll with an extra +1 for the help.
Okay. And what is it? Strength, dex?
I mean, I think, how are you getting out? How are you trying to get out of this room?
I'm going to try and avoid the skeleton, and, I think I'm going dex.
Okay.
I'm going to, bob and weave, serpentine.
Oh my gosh, how many people get that reference?
Wasn't even that
Let's hope it
big
goes
a movie,
but that bit was
I'll never forget it.
What a team. But what a team. I'd watch those two guys do anything.
No kidding.
So we're going dex. Right?
Yeah. With +1 for the help from the tea service.
Any pluses from the elven boots?
Not for just trying to move fast.
I can quietly serpentine. Okay, here we go. This is going to be good. Oh. 11.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
that's a 12.
There's a clatter as the tray hits the skeleton. It staggers back, and Jespar is suddenly, before anybody knows it, back in the room between Gabri and Oivan.
Let's run.
Run outside. Okay. They're on our heels, and I have one. I have a piece of one that I have. I'm just like banging it on the doorway as the wall as we're leaving.
Yeah, so it smashes off, and those finger bones scatter on the ground.
It's like the Great Escape, right?
And you guys are back, but you only got one sword.
That's all we need. We just had to
open
the door.
All right.
We have 3, but no one will let me use one.
Okay.
Fuckers. Sorry, is this a family show? Should I?
No.
Not anymore, Dean. Not anymore.
It hasn't. Yeah. Definitely rated R. So everybody's back at the other doorway. Is that right? Should we move everybody over there? Okay.
I stomp across the courtyard, pissed off.
You're like indignant.
Did you all have a good time observing the sunset? Come, those of you with bravery in your hearts.
You're a madman. Did you not notice as you stormed over them the deaths of those 2 people whose bodies you just kicked one on the way down the stairs?
Would you have their deaths be in vain?
Truly, the madness of this mansion.
We have not accomplished what we came here to do. I would do it myself.
Wow, Jasper's got some fire in him.
Ictrude's so sick of listening to LR that Ictrude will at least go in the house. Get away from LR.
Are you not men or women? Are you not true sons and daughters of wherever it is we're from?
Wow, hey, Jason, where does this hallway go?
Okay, are you, what's Ictrude's light source?
Wait, her candle?
Somewhere I lost my hood.
I guess she'll have to have her shield on her, like slung on her arm. But
okay, so she's moving to that position to see what she can see with her candle.
Yeah, just to kind of guard the escape route for the other 3.
What's happening?
Sorry, I'm revealing some Fog of War here.
Oh, okay.
All right, you guys see that?
I am.
Yeah, so it just goes into the darkness.
Yeah, there's a little kind of what do you call that? A bay window, and then that passage continues on. Yeah, in that direction.
Okay. Ictrude will set her candle down on the floor here and get her sword and shield ready, and just hold this position.
Okay. Wow, Ictrude. Great. Okay, Jespar, lead the way, man. Move your dude.
God damn it. I'm going back here. Who's coming with me? Gabri.
Gabri has no choice.
Gabri has the bravery of 10 men.
Oh, only now.
So a true staying there. What about Allard?
Gabri, you must tell the story of my bravery someday.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Kevin, what about Allard?
Anybody else?
Yeah. I think Chris Bond would have followed. Chris Bond will follow Igtrude as the superior officer, and Allard certainly doesn't want to be left in this courtyard all by himself. So he'll sort of amble along at a safe distance from the obviously crazy people.
Yeah, Chris Bond, maybe you should hold one of the doors, or maybe down the hallway. So but don't get killed.
Let's have say Chris Bond is here, and Allard will.
Isn't that bedroom still full of mold and mildew and fungus dust?
Yeah, it's not a pleasant place to be, but it's not. It seems with the door open and light coming in, it's not as frightening as it was before.
I don't know. I took 3 con damage from standing in the wrong place.
Yeah. Well, the stuff has settled a little bit.
Okay, so I stick my sword between the doors and lift the bar.
Or try.
You try. Make a strength roll.
Strength roll. God damn it. 6. I'm going to use a luck.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
Is it enough?
Yeah, so you're going to have to really, you're like, and it pops, and you hear a loud thump as it falls on the far side, and you kick open those doors. So, excuse me while I
reveal. Nope.
I don't understand why medieval sieges went on so long. If they could just get a sword in there and just yoink the
Up it up.
They may not have had the fury of a lot
righteous indignancy.
That's right. That's the key here.
Maybe strength of 10.
Clearly,
they didn't take anybody's dogs.
Okay, so what you see here, Jespar, as you kick open the door, you just got a candle.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna go super step by step.
Gabri is carrying the candle.
Gabri is carrying the candle. So Gabri is holding up the candle. On the right are stairs that ascend the stairs that you peered in over before. On the left are stairs that descend.
Okay. Let us take a moment and listen for my dog. Boris!
Sorry, I got that backwards. I got it backwards. The top stairs, the north stairs go down, the bottom stairs go up.
Okay.
My map, I actually got the arrows mixed up. But so the top stairwell descends, and the southern stairwell ascends.
Actually, that makes sense the way they're drawn.
Yeah.
So,
in the middle of this room is a so there's 4 copper braziers on like tripods spaced around the room. In the center is a large circular, really heavy wooden circular table, made out of wood that's like 3 or 4 inches thick. And surrounded this table are 6 heavy carved wooden chairs. The 2 that are opposite each other are bigger than the other 4 chairs. Let me see if I can quickly. Oh my God.
On the ends of the table?
Between the Zoom screen sharing and the the Zoom tools and the Owlbear rodeo tools are kind of competing for my it's not really working here. All right, forget it. In the middle of that, so big circular table in the middle of the room.
We saw it for a second. That was working.
Yeah, but trying to get it to
trying to get all those things
to stay.
Well, maybe this will. All right, let's say that's the table.
Yeah.
Giant chair, and then smaller chairs. Still pretty substantial, but smaller chairs like this. And the braziers are kind of spaced out like this.
So these chairs, are they made for much larger people, or are they just ornately big for our size people?
They're like, you guys have never seen chairs like this. They're for humans. They're human size, but you've never seen chairs like. Maybe in Allard's dreams, he's seen chairs like these. Yeah, because they're carved wooden. They're like decorated. The two bigger ones, they're more substantial, and they are the one directly opposite you, facing in your direction, is carved with the crest of the House Leget. So there's the raven carved into that chair, and then the one nearest you, with its back to you, that big chair. Is covered with strange symbols that you don't recognize or understand. Maybe there's like maybe some stars and some moons and then a bunch of other stuff you don't really recognize. There's a single in the middle of the table on what looks like a kind of silver disc about maybe a foot in diameter. On a little short stand is a stout candle. About 4 inches wide and 8 inches tall, like a really big candle sitting in the middle of the table there.
Okay. Too big to carry around?
You could carry it. It would probably be somewhat heavy. Maybe you could take it off of the plate that it's resting on.
Yeah. I don't know. Gabri's already got a little candle. I've got a sword. Anybody want to grab that candle? Other guy?
Sure. Other guy's name is Hoy Vaughn. So Hoy Vaughn will grab
I can't even remember my own freaking name.
Other candle. So Hoy Vaughn is, he's a rat catcher who's been hired by well-to-do folks from time to time to catch rats in their houses. And sometimes you have to go into any room in the house. So who knows what secrets Hoy Vaughn has seen at times. Does this room have the feel of a secret room? Like this ornate chair that's clearly
big double doors
of the house, but then there's like this weird arcane chair.
Mm-hmm.
Does this feel like, is this making the hairs raise on the back of his neck?
I would say that the chair with the symbols on it is definitely, I mean, yeah, he doesn't get the impression, everything's pretty dusty. It definitely does not seem to be in regular use. And it gives him, I love that aspect of his background. This is a place where people used to meet. It has that,
okay.
He does know that, like, whoever used it last, like the chairs are in their chairs are not disorganized. They've been, you know what I mean? Like the house help must have put the chairs back where they belong. They're not like in disarray. Like the table's been kind of reorganized since it was last used.
Okay, before Hoy Van can go get the candle,
yeah,
I block him and say, "Wait, my dog has been through this section. We should look in this dust for tracks. You track small animals."
That's true.
Between my foraging capability and your tracking capability, perhaps we can see if Boris has gone up or gone down.
I'm best at sniffing out the rats. So let me...
Okay.
I'll sniff around and look for tracks in the dust.
Yeah, so you don't even have to roll for that. You've got the necessary skills, and there's not a whole lot of traffic through this room. And you see pretty clear human-sized bare footprints leading up the southern staircase.
Leading up into the upper floor.
Yeah.
Good.
Up there.
I would rather go into the light than the darkness.
I'll grab the candle.
So
grab the candle.
Moves over to the table, reaches across, and do you pick up the holder and the candle, or do you pull the candle off the holder?
Pull the candle off.
You pull the candle off, okay. So yeah, it's about 4 inches by 8 inches. And it's substantial, and it doesn't, it's definitely an unusual candle. Like, this doesn't seem like the kind of common tallow that you guys use in the village.
Ooh. Does it have a nice scent? Maybe cinnamon, maybe pumpkin spice.
This is a Yankee Candle outlet that you guys have stumbled into.
Yankee. Large, unusual candle. All right, I'm adding it to my character sheet.
Should we light it?
Do we need it now? We probably don't need it yet. We have some other candles, so I'll...
Yeah, I think Gabri's candle is just about running out after all this time.
Hoyvon has one too. He got one from Extrude.
So let's mark off Gabri's candle, and Hoyvon can light up his.
Okay. I keep forgetting that Gabri is me.
You got the character sheet there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allard.
There's no mention of any candle on this character sheet.
All right, then.
For Allard, to try and get Allard to come along with us here into the upper levels of the tower, when else is he going to be able to see these types of things that nobody has seen in ages?
Well, I think Ictrude and Allard are still in the hallway, and Crespon is just staring down and waiting for the inevitable skeletons to eat everybody. That may not be a reality-based thought, but are we all moving into that room? I mean, if where Ictrude goes, Crespon will follow.
No, Ictrude's like staying right here. She wants to go back and level up. She's not going up there.
Yeah, I think that's. Jaspar has made a strong impression of Mania. And I'm not sure that any of the people who've seen murder done are quite as eager to go in. These three have not actually really been badly hurt, and so I think are having maybe a different sense of the scale of what we face.
Right, they defeated the mold maiden or widow. And
yeah, we stomped on the mold maiden. I bashed in a skeleton. This is easy. I don't know why you are all so scared. Yes, some died. They were weak.
Man. Ooh. Go Jaspar.
Boastful and cruel.
Nice. I love it.
That is, you're getting some XP. Finally. You've got it. Got it going on.
Okay, let's go upstairs.
I assume Jaspar is leading the way.
You betcha.
And Hoyvon has a different candle out.
Oh yeah, like a smaller candle from Ictrude, who's probably running out of candles at this point. Okay. And with that bigger candle in his little pack, in a little sack, where he used to have his bottle of spirits. Although he still has the bottle, so it's tucked next to the bottle.
Okay, great.
All the people with the holy water are down in the hallway, right?
I think so.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. I got a sword. Screw y'all.
You got an attitude. What else would you possibly need?
Now, let's see if I can load the next level.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Okay. Interesting.
So you guys see something on your end?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Everything's blacked out.
Everything's blacked out. Scale 1/8 inch equals 5 feet.
All right. Oh, I see, because I didn't, okay. There we go. All right. I don't think there's a way to move tokens from one map to the other. So, zoop.
I feel like we're in two places at once.
Zoop. Zoop. Okay, so Jaspar, you're in the lead. This actually, there's light in this room. So as you start to ascend the stairs, Gabri's candle becomes unnecessary, and there's enough a light for you guys to see. And you come up behind. Let me see if I can get this to work. Okay. So next to the stairs is some kind of counter or long table. So as you're coming up the stairs, you're kind of peering over the edge and looking out into a room that is just cluttered with shelves and tables.
We found the merchant. Don't attack the merchant.
It's just like a big jumble, it's like a workshop-y study kind of situation. There are shelves lined with books, scroll racks, long work tables. There's alembics, crucibles, retorts. Right across from you, right as you come up, the thing that you see on this table right here, right in front of you, is a large glass jar, probably 2 feet high by 1.5 feet wide, with some kind of fluid in it, and there's a black shriveled brain floating in it.
Cool.
We found Frankenstein's lab.
Things just got weird.
Is it labeled Abby Normal?
I'm just trying to. Okay, so you're making your way up there.
Tracker, which way now?
And you're peering. You're all kind of like peering through the legs of these tables. There's like multiple kind of carpets on the floor covering up, kind of laying haphazardly across each other. There's across from you, there's a bookshelf just like totally jam-packed with books, and there's papers falling out on the floors. Right here, this right here.
Yeah.
As you round this corner, you're sort of loaded it. You're creeping a little quietly in your elven slippers. As you round that corner, in that is a another big wooden chair with a high back, and you can't really. The main light is coming from 2 braziers, which are here and here. So there's the light's being cast from that direction. So all the shadows are kind of falling towards you guys, and the shadow of this chair is also falling in that direction and is silhouetted, so you can't really make out any details on the chair. And that back is so high that you can't. There is somebody sitting in the chair, and the only way you can tell is on the right arm of that chair. You can see their arm. The back of the chair is so high that it obscures the rest of their body. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That arm is there's like it's a cloaked arm, and the hand that rests on the arm of the chair is desiccated, fleshy hand. So it doesn't look like a healthy human hand. It looks like the skin is drawn tight around the joints and fingers. And you hear there's a good boy. And you hear
fucker.
And you see the hand kind of disappear from the arm for a second, and it moves. The elbow moves in this way that makes it clear that it's petting something.
Okay.
And standing by the door.
Which door? The big double door?
Here is, that's too big. That's a giant.
That is very large.
God. How'd they get that guy in there?
That's too big. This guy, maybe that guy will work. Okay. Standing by the door is the kind of like misshapen, limping creature that originally abducted Boris. This area, this whole area at this part of the room is kind of recessed. It's like a couple feet down from the ground. The level that you're on is the same level as the chair and the person sitting in the chair, and this area is recessed. And so the creature is by the door, kind of staring at the chair, kind of expectantly.
Okay.
What do you do?
Boy, now I wish Ictrude was here.
Okay. So if I sneak around here, he'll see me.
That guy? Probably, yeah. Yep.
But if I go here and then straight, he won't see me.
Nope. I think what you'd have to do is actually crawl under those tables.
Okay.
There's not enough space, but you could go under the tables there, and then the chair would be blocking it, and then you could go that way. Yes, that is possible.
That is what I'll do.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm going to rescue this frickin' dog or die trying.
So you're trying to crawl underneath the table, and you've got a sword on you, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna leave the sword behind?
How's that gonna work?
No.
So you got the sword in one hand. The sword's a pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Steel.
Okay. Hold on a sec.
He's gonna go get a sword. And we want to see you crawl under your dining room table, Dean. Going up to the car.
While Dean's heading out there, I just want you all to know that Allard has now opinions about the wallpaper in the corridor.
Okay. I have a sword.
Opinions. Maybe we'll get an extra chapter in his dissertation.
Okay, good.
Oh, God, no.
Let's see it.
This is an actual sword.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do?
Looks like a short sword.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, Dean, no, don't do it. Don't do it. No, not live.
It's not sharp. It's pointy.
Yeah.
It's actually a stabby sword, not
Yeah.
So
Is that a Titan Quest sword?
yeah.
So we only had French swords.
Yeah.
Like rapiers.
This is Titan Quest says on it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, so we all got them. So I am going to my fat ass.
You're
Put it in my belt.
Just the belt loop, which all yeah.
Right? Okay. I don't want to stab myself, but I assume that
I think I'll buy that you could maybe strap it to your back somehow.
okay.
Yeah, I think around your waist.
I could if I weren't so fat, and I don't think this French villager is nearly as fat as I am.
There's just not that much to eat in the village.
He lives on mushrooms and what he can find in the woods.
That's right.
That's true.
Okay, so I'll buy that you could like rig up. You can like.
I'm just
like,
grateful nobody's
I
thinking
could.
about the camera.
This. Oh dear God!
This is being recorded.
No, don't do it. Do it.
Do this. If this were a longer sword, I could get it all the way down to my pants, and it's held in with my pants and my shirt.
TMI, Dean. TMI.
Mhm. Hey, I am entertaining, if nothing else. Okay.
I think realistically, the best way you can do this is actually not to strap it to your body, but to hold it kind of like in your under one elbow with your arm, and then crawl with your arms and legs.
Okay.
Like
that way, it's
keep it steady and at the ready, and
it's ready. Yeah.
Okay. So Gabri and Oivin are hanging back. Let me know if you take any particular measures, Rob.
Okay.
As you watch Jaspar.
I was ready to hold on to the sword for him, but apparently that's not necessary.
No, I want that sword when I get there.
What else you got on you? Anything important?
Some mushrooms.
So you got your bag on you, or you're leaving that behind?
And it's a little bag. I don't know. The big bag held Boris.
Okay.
I've got 3 rations of mushrooms, my slippers, and a bouquet of unwithered barley.
Okay. So that's just in your. Okay, got it. So that's just in your bag, your pouch. Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay, so you start
and my knife.
You start to sneak under the table. This is the roll for the whole maneuver there.
Yeah.
You're sneaking. You're moving quietly. You got the elf slippers on. You get +1 to this roll, and it's a dex roll.
It's a dex roll. So +1. Ooh, come on. And it's a 7 + 1 is 8.
Okay.
It's not a 12, but I hope it gets me there.
Okay. So you get here and you start to move forward. Gabri and Oivin are watching from the stairs, and so you totally silently you get under that first table, and then you turn and you're in the shadows are actually falling crossways, but the chair itself is blocking the view of the creature at the front door there. And you crouching low approach the throne. Meanwhile, downstairs, the trade-off is something happens to our friends downstairs.
What?
I'm not there.
During the wallpaper seminar?
It's a surprising innovation, actually, because the fleur-de-lis that were here clearly came from an earlier thing. And we think it was actually scrap wallpaper that they may have picked up as a discount that they were attempting to portray as royal when it was certainly nothing but. And look at how thin this is. The fabric is hardly there. You can put your fingers right over it. If you walk by it, maybe you think it's fine. But now that we've had some real time to sit with it, I'm thinking I need to expand my thesis. At least another 2 chapters.
Is there the opposite of a bond where you can like debond?
It's been years since I've polished this sword.
There should be.
I get the feeling this is not the first time you have pulled that out during a D&D session on Zoom to explain exactly what your character.
No, actually it is. It's the first time I've. Yeah.
All right, Rob, roll a d12.
It's not the first time I've pulled it out during a live D&D session.
Right, D12. Do you see this roll? I did it in the dice trays. I got 7.
It says 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a shame everybody can't see the dice box. It's actually pretty nice.
I mean, I can see the dice box. I just have to have it open.
I don't know. I ran for actual dice.
No, I appreciate the physical dice.
Swander texted me. He expects you to be singing a song, Dean.
We're being quiet.
I would kind of hope that maybe on the lyre he could be doing that do 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 do
like a suspenseful
music, like a little plucks on the lyre very softly.
No, he is. If Jaspar gets caught, he is going to start playing the most cacophonous music he can to scare the hell out of everybody.
Right, distraction.
And give Jaspar a chance to escape while missiles rain down on Gabri.
So Ictrude is at this corner, listening and zoning out as Allard continues, holding. You got a candle, right?
My candle's on the ground.
Your candle's on the ground, right? So we're going to mark a duration on that candle.
Oh.
What?
See, this was number 21.
Oh, the 21st sword?
Yeah.
And a candle
was made in India.
Duration 3. Okay. Oh, that candle's marked down 1. At that, you're sort of zoning out, and your eyes are wandering, and you're looking down that hallway towards where it fades into darkness, and you see. Roll a d6.
D6. Get rid of that die. Got a 1. Hope that's good.
Oh, well, it is good. Right down at the end there, you see 2 shapes emerge from the darkness. At first, you think your eyes are playing tricks on you because it's like right at the edge of the candlelight. But then these 2 sort of hand-sized slugs are starting to like crawl down the corridor in your direction. And I don't think Ictrude was not there at the previous appearance of these slugs, but Oivin and Gabri encountered these creatures. And then
on the other side of the that's right.
Yeah, and they're like a dark blood red color, and they're kind of
but they're slow.
They're slow.
So instead of my first thought was to call Crispin over and we would get ready to fight. But in this case, I'll just call Allard over and say, what are those?
Oh, what are those? We know the name of them, actually. We saw them, and I probably have opinions about them.
Yeah, did you, actually identify them?
Yeah, we were in the room, and we asked about, were these things seen around the area? Were they supernatural? And I seem to recall that they were a natural thing in the area that were like a known hazard, but you'd never find them in somebody's house normally.
Yeah, right.
And who was it? Oh, was it Gabri who lost got some on his boot?
Yes, right. Yep. Yeah. Stomped on one and got some on his boot. That's right.
Yeah.
Are they dangerous, Allard?
Acidy through your boot. Wouldn't want to get too close to them. Maybe squish them from a distance if you have that ability.
I do not have that ability. Maybe we should exit this hallway. Should we go to the tower and see how our friends are doing? Let's go to the tower and see how our friends are doing. And close that door behind us so these slugs don't bother us.
Barricade ourselves in with the count.
Okay.
Well, we don't know about the count.
No, we don't.
I mean, our choices are to go outside, but that would be truly abandoning our post.
We could stomp the slugs, surely.
All right.
They're acid, aren't they?
Show me, Allard.
Well, okay. Allard actually has a staff that he can use to whack one of these guys. He'll put his candle down, but he has been meticulously examining the wallpaper. And I mean, really, there's at least 2 chapters right here because it's not what it was supposed to be honest with you. And what do we got? We got a staff, weight of 1. I don't know, Jason, I'm sorry, I don't remember how much damage a staff does.
That's 1d4.
1d4, great. And can we try to sort of poke rather than squish to like whack the thing? I want to try to hit it more with dexterity than strength if that's a possibility. More like maybe a pool cue kind of a deal.
Sure.
All right, so let's.
So there's 2 of them, and they're sort of right. Gosh, I wonder if I can. They're red. Okay, so they're at this point they're sort of right here.
Yeah, my thought is from before these things didn't move terribly quickly, and one could, especially if one actually had a staff, whack it without worrying too much about a counterattack.
Yeah. Which way are you gonna whack it? You're gonna whack it towards the bay windows, the one towards the bay windows, or the one towards the wall, or?
I'm gonna whack the one towards the bay windows, the one to our leftmost.
And in that direction?
Yeah, I think so. All right, and I can do this in Alvar Rodeo. Oh, there's the dice box. Delete those. All right, here we end. Let's see, for Allard for dexterity, no bonus to dexterity for Allard. All right, here we go, and a 7.
Okay. So do you roll a d4 to get the damage on that?
Okay.
So you give that one a good whack, and it flies and sort of splats against the wall next to the opening there.
Right.
And the other one is closer. Yeah.
I don't want to leave him out to dry, so Ixtrude will run forward and just kick the second one.
Ooh.
Punt it back down the hallway where he's from.
Okay. Yeah, so same deal, dexterity.
Dexterity, sadly, is not her thing, but it's not her weakness either. So the 2, I'm getting the dice out, and now I'm about to roll them. All right, here's the roll. Ooh, a 5. I think I whiff on my kick.
Yeah, there's no. Trying to think of what.
My luck will not save me.
You're sealed, and nope, it won't save you. You got your shield and your sword. So what happens is you actually connect. You kick it, but it like sticks to your shoe. Yes. So you actually, it's a good follow through. You nail it, and your foot comes off the ground, and the thing it like almost detaches, but then like it's sticky enough where it sticks to your. What is Ixtrude wearing footwear wise?
I was open-toed sandals would look great in the spring, but right now
I'm thinking more than sandals, but less than boots. Like village shoes.
Okay. So yeah, and your foot comes back down to the ground, and it's just like glommed on, like it's the kind of jelly-like scarlet motley clump on your foot there.
So Ixtrude has a couple of her attributes are, her personality is hopeful and forgiving.
Yeah.
Her physical attributes are high forehead and dirty. So whatever. She doesn't really care. Like if she can't get it off her shoe, she didn't look good anyway. It's just more stuff.
Just more stuff.
Can Allard whack that thing off?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I mean, if it's still stuck on the foot hopefully without injuring Ichtrude.
I'll hold my foot up.
All right.
Is he gonna whack it or pry it or?
I think we're gonna try to, knock
pop
it
it off.
Kind of more toward hit its center of mass, so it will go away from the foot rather than wailing. Because I don't want to injure Ichtrude's foot.
Yeah.
Is that a doable thing from where we're standing?
Yep, I think.
All right.
I think that's about control. You're trying to pop it.
Yeah, trying to get it so it's not. I'm not trying to take the foot off or anything.
Yeah. Right. No, don't worry. You're not going to accidentally kill her.
Well, try not to.
I'll never forgive or forget.
Trying to be helpful.
Yeah. So make that'll be a dex roll as well.
All right. A 7.
Okay. So yeah, you pop it off, and it doesn't. It sort of tumbles away. It gets a little dust on it as it tumbles away into the bay area, but it's not really harmed. But it is detached from Ichtrude's shoe, and there's a little bit of smoke rising up from Ichtrude's shoe.
Ooh, so yeah. So
did you hit it with something metal?
And then we're going to cut back to upstairs because that was.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
You're back.
Ready.
Get your plan.
Oh, nice, Jason. That's awesome. You can cut back to the second floor.
Yeah, it's just a pain that I have to stop screen sharing, go out to. It's really annoying.
Yeah, that's. Do you know the owl bear?
Do I know the people who developed it? Or
yeah.
No, it was just recommended to me by some folks. It's really it's the Zoom issue, and that's the fact that I'm trying to do this so viewers can see, right? If we were just playing with Owlbear, it'd be fine, because I would have my DM version and you'd have your player version, but I'm trying to show the player version.
Yeah, because it looks great on the player side. Owlbear thing looks wonderful, actually.
Okay, so Jaspar, you are sort of partway to the throne.
Yeah.
Let's call it. You notice at this point that the chair, I mean, you're pretty intently focused, but also, the adrenaline's pumping, all your senses are alert, you're in strange new territory. The chair itself is covered with, it looks like gold leaf, flaky gold leaf, but it appears to have been very messily applied, kind of sloppily covering this thing. There's parts of it that are kind of sticking off. It's almost like a bad paper mache project. The gold leaf on this chair, and
but the chair itself is wood, right?
Yes, the chair is wood. You can see there's wood showing through. There's patches of wood showing through.
Okay.
But, somebody tried to sort of cover it with gold leaf, and then you hear
So does this look like a prop from a stage show?
You could say that. I don't know what Jaspar's ability to evaluate furniture is, but it's definitely you know enough to know that
bad workmanship.
The chair itself it looks pretty nice, but somebody tried to gussy it up.
Okay.
Is what it looks like. So you hear you get about just 5 feet away from the chair, and you hear a "Arf!" And Boris jumps off of the north side of the chair and runs towards you.
Okay. I grab Boris.
And then you hear, "Oh!" You got him.
I grab Boris and I fucking run.
As you do.
I'm not here to kill anybody. I'm here for the dog.
So you turn and you book it.
I'm booking it. Yes.
Oivin and Gabri, are they?
I'm booking it.
You're stumbling down the stairs as well. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like a successful mission.
Right as you're getting to the top of the stairs, you hear, "See you soon," and then you're down the stairs.
Okay.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Update.
I wave my sword at him jovially.
But we're friends now. Is that your idea? You're friends with the vampire?
Hey, the alternative was to run up and stab him in the throat and grab the dog. So it's a win-win for both of us.
I like that the dog, played right into our hands. Was on the same page with us.
Yep. Boris is on point, man. Boris, when he's a full-grown mastiff. No, he's not a mastiff. I'm sorry. What is he again? He is a Malamute. Still a pretty big frickin' dog.
Yeah, good pet.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are back down in the bottom of the tower.
Okay. Keep running.
Yeah, let's get out of this place.
All right. Is that the plan? Everybody gets back to the courtyard?
Yeah.
All right. Boom. Boom.
Run!
All right. You got your dog in your arms.
Let's go back to town and level up.
Is there a pursuit?
There's no pursuit. Nope.
No, then I say I vote for the go back to town and level up as well.
We must carry our dear departed friends with us.
That's true. Big Trude will definitely help with that.
I got my dog and my sword. Gabri will help and hum a funeral dirge on the way back.
What's that sound like?
Bravely ran away.
Bravely died,
everybody.
Bravely perished. Yeah, okay, so it's actually evening. And it's dark by the time you get back to the village. You leave the leafless trees of the hill behind you, and the manor. The dark shape of the manor fades into the evening night, and a cold wind blows across the land. But before long, you see candlelight in the windows of your village. And you ride back home. There's the barking of dogs, and as soon as somebody sees you, a call goes up, and everybody turns out of their houses. The council shows up. There are lamentations for the fallen ferry pilot and seer.
Nobody liked her much.
I was just thinking about what the priestess. How they
she told feel. The best thing they could say is she told the truth.
Yes, she told the truth.
Nobody likes the truth.
And everybody wants to know. Of course, everybody wants to know. Tragedy has occurred, but what? But you've come back. You've returned from the haunted manor, so that's a pretty big
right.
deal.
That's these people who, if they never leveled up, could cement their reputation in the village for life.
Let me tell you the story of how I single-handedly crushed a moss woman, and then took on 5 skeletons in a dining room, and then faced down a great wizard, all for my dog.
That's right. And you've got the swords and the shield, which actually those are pretty significant mementos, like full-size swords and well-made shields are very highly unusual. So
I have that
quite something.
Odd candle that I got
actually
on the table.
I would like to partner up with Gabri so that he can tell my story, because he is better at these things.
Yeah, that's perfect. The legend.
Yeah, that's of course.
The legend of Jaspar.
Because I am, of course, the hero of this story. There were others there that day. They mostly cowered in the corner.
Allard managed to filch some silverware, right?
Oh yes.
Like a number of place settings.
Yep.
Was that the extent of the treasure you guys pulled back?
A really big candle.
So
you got the candle, yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what's weird about the candle.
I got a sword.
And Crespin has inherited the holy censer, and we've still got about 5 uses of holy water. 2 from the vial. Oh, I'm sorry. We have 4 uses left. We had 2 from the vial, 3 in the jug, but we loaded 1.
Right. Do you guys have? Okay, so we're going to go through the process of you have lived to tell the tale.
Woohoo!
You've all got enough XP to become first level. Let's see if I can. So, do you guys have printers handy?
Yeah.
for character sheets.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to link you to some character sheets. I think. Just gotta get them up on my.
I can certainly do some drawing. Jason, surely there's nobody in town who's actually interested in the wallpaper. But gosh, if they are, like,
You've got stories to tell.
very interesting. I think it's gonna change.
I mean, maybe there's like a kid who like will tolerate you. Possibly.
I'm gonna try to get Sister, what's her name, Cecilia, to listen to my wallpaper theories, but I have the feeling she's not actually going to be all that interested. So maybe now she'll finally let me into the library at the chapel, and I can actually read some of the old documents of the tent.
Yeah, right. Okay, so in the chat is going to be the link to the folder that has all the playbooks in it. So you don't know which one to download and print yet, but that's where those are.
So there's the classic 4.
Yep. And we can talk you through here. There's a step-by-step process for living to tell the tale. And that is.
And that's nice. Jason, this is Freebooters on the Frontier, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That's right. The current version of it. Oh, but I wonder. Oh yeah, I can't really show you that.
Fighter, cleric. I'm guessing.
So there's a whole process to
Right, okay.
but you get to make the call. But if you discovered a source of magical spells, you can become a magic user. But you guys didn't do that yet. If you deepened your commitment to a deity and wish to embody their divine will on the mortal plane, you may become a cleric.
Oh well.
If you overcame a challenge by stealth or trickery and prefer to avoid threats rather than face them head on, you may become a thief.
Oh yeah.
If none of the above apply, you may become a fighter.
That's so wrong. Fighters deserve more credit.
There's just a lot of fighters in this game. So you decide which of those paths you want to take, and then you print out the character sheet, which is you can do it as 2 separate sheets. It's designed to be like a little booklet that you fold in half. So like a double-sided. If you can print 2-sided, that would be ideal. But if you print out 2 separate sheets, that's fine too.
Shouldn't we fill out all the stuff first?
You could. You mean fill it out digitally?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's form fillable.
Oh, okay.
Does not look form fillable.
Yeah, they're just meant to be. I have
Okay.
not gone through that steps yet. Although I feel like somebody on my Slack did do that.
Okay, I'm printing. Print.
It looks like there is somebody did make a form fillable fighter one if you want that.
Well, I'm a thief.
Yeah, so that's not going to be any good.
I kind of feel like Crespin may have ended up as a cleric.
Go for it.
Yeah, please do.
Pius ended up carrying the holy water, was praying over the fallen comrades, and feels a deeper connection.
Oh,
and witnessed the death of 2 martyrs.
No, absolutely, right? And he has to carry on their divine work.
Didn't Bob make these decisions for Gabri?
What decisions?
Yes. Yeah, Gabri.
Oh, shouldn't Bob make these decisions? Yeah.
Yeah.
He won't care. He'll I mean, you don't have to fill out the sheet at all.
Okay.
Are there weapon restrictions in freebooters?
There are none.
Gotcha. Here, taste.
And there's no bard.
Not yet. I'm working on it. There's no bard.
Okay.
But I mean, he is a bard, right? Like he can do things. It's flexible enough where he can do things with song, but it would all be based on what we know about the fiction.
So I'm just trying to remember what he did because I guess he's a fighter. I don't know. For lack of anything else to do,
we could leave him as a villager too and just let Bob do it. We could leave him in the village and then have him catch up later, or whatever you want to do, because you're sort of
I mean,
also fighters, they have favored weapons, but and they get a D10 for hit dice, but it's not I guess Gabri does not seem like the kind of person who's charging into battle,
right?
So maybe thief would be the
I don't know, the thief. I'm trying to think of, was there anything thiefy about the way he did things?
Well, I kind of left him in the background to hold the candle.
Yeah.
So it's what Bob did with him before.
Right. That's fair. I think just let Bob figure it out.
Yeah, I think so too.
Is it okay to be a bad cleric? Like not an evil cleric, an unskilled, not...
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I just happened to notice, I think everything in Chris Spawn's character arc is pointing him towards cleric, except his wisdom is 6.
Yeah, so what's his charisma?
9.
So that might be that would be the stat to use for his favor.
Oh, gotcha.
You can choose wisdom or charisma when you're a cleric.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
So taking you through, so you're now level 1, you write that in the circle at the top of the front page of the character sheet. You subtract 5 from your XP, and then mark the remainder on the XP on the back of the sheet, the XP boxes.
Oh, I see. So are we doing XP for anything this evening?
For today?
At the end of the session, you'll do XP, yeah. And we can make this the end of the session if you want, and then next time we would just catch up. We would head back into the manor. So yeah, we can. So for now, just subtract 5 from what you have, put them in those, fill in those boxes on the back of the sheet, and then at the end of the session tonight, we'll do XP as well.
XP. Okay. So I have 3 because I had 8. So we color in the little dots like the SAT.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Christmas tree. Do you ever do that? Never mind.
I don't get the feeling you did that.
Yeah, because that's what you do when you just don't care anymore.
The temptation was always there. Yeah, Jason, I don't know. I mean, I feel like a Lard is sort of more towards the scholar, would eventually be mage, but I don't know that there's any magic in the book that he's inherited. So I'm sort of struggling with that.
So also on the way back, Jaspar maybe forms a bond with Gabri in order to convince him to tell my exploits.
Let's see how that goes.
Please roll a 12.
You got any bonds at all with him yet?
None.
Okay, then it's just roll. It's 2d6 straight up.
2d6 straight up. No
chaser.
Okay. 6.
So it says mark XP, so you get an extra experience point.
Okay.
And the other person describes how the conversation goes poorly.
I think this has happened to Bob over and over again.
Hoyvan is kind of ratty. Yeah, like there was that moment where he could have bonded with Hoyvan. So I think Gabri is a little bit of a snob.
Yeah.
He is a horrible person. What's his charisma?
His charisma is 14.
He's too good for us.
Yeah.
Right? We are the dregs, and he does not want to be.
Yeah, so Bob gets to describe how you have to make amends with him before he'll keep company with you again.
Okay.
So yeah, that does not go
now
well.
Put all our regular stats on.
Yep, you transfer your stats. The only thing that's going to be different is you're going to roll XP. Roll hit points with your new hit die, using your Constitution modifier, but
we don't get the max.
You don't get the max, and you don't add it to your current hit points either. If it's higher, that's your new hit point total.
That's cruel. Oh, that's horrible.
So really, nothing could change.
It's possible that your hit points will not change. However, you do have access to a whole different set of moves now,
Right.
which increases your survivability. And when you get at 0 hit points as a level 1 character, there's a chance you might still survive. Whereas if you're a villager at 0, you're totally dead.
Okay, and I had 3 points of con damage. Back all our damage stats.
Oh, like your con?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can easily rest in the village for a couple of days without repercussions. Yeah.
As long as Boris is with me.
So does Boris continue to travel with you, or
Hell yeah.
give him back to your daughter?
No, my daughter gave him to me.
Picture's like, leave the fucking dog at home.
So I currently have 3 hit points, and I roll a d6.
If you're a thief, yep. And would you have a con modifier at all?
Yes, +1.
Okay, you roll d6, add 1, and if you get higher than that, that's your new hit point score.
2.
So your hit points can go down.
No, they can't go down. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's still got 3.
All right. So Ictrude's going to be a fighter, and so I'm going to roll the. That's the only thing I need to do right now. I want to print these out at work where I can do double-sided. But I'll record my hit points for posterity. So is it a D8, D10?
It's a D10.
A D10. All right. Going to the owlbear. Opening the thing. I'm going to press the 10-sided. Come on. At least a 7.
Yes!
All right, a 7. I got no modifiers. So 7 hit points. That's more than twice. I guess you can still very easily die even
Yeah.
first.
You're not out of the woods, but you have more options.
We're not impervious.
Kevin, as far as that lard goes, you can multi-class starting at level 3.
Okay.
So if he went, I mean, it seems like thief would be where he stole some silverware.
Oh, that's where I'm kind of going. And on the one hand,
what about wizard for a lard?
Magic, but hasn't found any.
No, you need spells before you become a magic
of course.
user.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I think thief is probably the way to go. I hate to say this, but I'm probably at the end of my personal candle. And
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Just, regroup on another night.
Yep, as long as everybody's got down there. You got your current XP. Oh, let's just real quick wrap up and get XP for tonight. Does that work?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so did you fulfill at least 1 trait? Jaspar gets an XP.
Do I get 2?
No, you just get 1.
Oh.
But boy, we enjoyed it. You had the pleasure of knowing we were entertained.
Okay.
That's right.
Anybody else traits?
Let me check. Gabri.
No.
Gabri is gregarious and orderly.
I mean,
he came along.
He came, but he didn't get a chance to really. Yeah, we'll just
Okay.
Vaughn is steadfast. I tried to be steadfast by sticking with him.
Yeah, no, you totally were. Yep.
I think Crespon was pious here, praying over the dead.
Yeah.
He was. And I feel a large man being lazy turns out to be remarkably easy to fulfill. And I may be the only person who had fun with the wallpaper, but gosh,
yeah, they get XP for that. Did you risk your life to help an ally or obtain an item of value? So Jaspar, Loivin, and Gabri all get XP for going after the puppy.
Okay.
Did you witness the untimely death of a fellow villager? Not this time.
Not this time.
Did you discover something exciting about the wider world?
Well,
there's a wizard in the tower.
Great. Everybody gets an XP.
All characters, right?
Everybody. Yep. These 3 questions apply to everyone, even if you weren't directly involved. Because the story of who you saw and you guys, Did you overcome a difficult obstacle? I would call that door. You tried to get through a difficult obstacle. Yeah. You had to figure out how to get through that.
We got the puppy back.
Yep. Everybody gets XP for that. And did you acquire some memorable booty?
I got a sword.
Candle.
Oh yeah. Actually. Yep, that counts.
I'm almost to level 2.
Yeah.
Can we figure out, can Allard have any insight into that candle? That doesn't seem like that was part of the issued equipment for the mansion. It seems like not something one would have expected.
Yeah, what's Allard going to do to try to, what's Allard's approach to maybe there's a moment back at the village where everybody's, people's stuff is out of their packs and Allard sees this candle. What is his?
Yeah, he's going to pick it up. He's going to look at it. He's not going to light it, but he's going to look at it, and he may even use the book. He's going to use the book. He's totally using the book.
Okay, great. So that's find answers with intelligence, and with using the book, you get a +1.
All right, and I get a +1 anyway, so this will be at +2.
Oh, great.
All right, dice +2. Oh, good, and it's a 6. Well, I must have broken the candle.
6 with the +2.
Yeah, so Jason, it's a natural 4 on.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you get to
burn
mark,
a luck for a 7.
You get to mark intelligence. You could burn a luck for a 7. That would be an option. We could say you do get luck back when you level up. So we could say that you did this before you leveled up.
Oh, well, that seems reasonable.
Okay.
How much luck do we get back?
You get amount equal to your new level. So
One.
at first level, you
There's
get
down
1 luck.
1, I get.
Yeah, okay, sure. I think that's worth it.
Okay, so and your question is, what is up with this candle?
Yeah, it's probably not part of the issue. It's not something it's not a furnishing that one would find in a mansion of this type, in the family of this type.
Yeah.
There's something clearly unusual about it. I will look in the book to see if I can see anything about that. And I'll also ask Sister Cecilia, who I've been pestering with questions my entire time in this village. And
Wow, so you're really pulling out all this stuff.
He doesn't have any interest in usually answering my questions, but who knows?
Yeah.
Because I thought I was a lazy layabout, and she's not wrong about that.
Okay.
But maybe she's motivated to tell me what this is, because maybe that'll be helpful if she knows it. Yeah. But I don't think there are any intellectual authorities in the town, right?
Yeah, no, you've got all the information. You're it. You are the intellectual authority. The book refers to something called an ever-burning candle. It doesn't say. It just sort of mentions it offhand, and Sister Cecile. Frowns upon arcane things, right? Like the arcane tampering with the universe is a little bit at odds with the gods and their things, right?
Yep.
So there's a little bit of tension between those worlds, and so Cecile just doesn't want to talk about it. But she says, if you really must know, she warns you against tampering with that stuff. But the mention in the book makes you feel like it was just something that was in the house that was, a household appliance, essentially.
And referred to in all capital letters. Or at least
it's a capital, everlasting capital.
Everlasting.
Yep.
Okay. And no marks, obviously, on the bottom of it, or...
There's no...
There's a hole where it got plonked on the holder.
It's like a pale, when you hold it up to the light, it's like a pale greenish, translucent wax. The wick is some kind of twisted, fine, you don't know if it's silk or something else, and it's not burned. The wick is just it's
not dark in any way. It looks fresh.
But however, the top of the candle is a little concave, as if the wax has melted away.
Gotcha. Fascinating.
So, I mean, your sort of takeaway is like, I'm going to have to fiddle with this thing to figure out.
We're going to have to light it at some point.
Yeah.
The way we go through candles, it won't be long.
No, it won't be. But the question is, we don't do saving throws, do we?
What do you mean?
Well, I kind of feel like Allard is going to light this thing.
It's right now. Yeah. What do you mean we don't do saving throws? There's a move called make a saving throw.
Well, I guess against the demons of his word, the angels of my better nature and prudence would say, maybe hold off until this thing is. But Allard is a super curious guy, and here's
sure.
actually referenced in the book, and he wants to see what happens when he lights it. So
yeah. So he's going to do it right now.
Yeah, I think so.
So where are you in the village when you're doing this? What are you picturing?
I'm probably back in whatever rented lodging that I have. Looking at the book, finding the reference, it's the everlasting candle. Oh, it's the everlasting candle. Oh my gosh. Well, we can get a light here and light the everlasting candle.
So you take another candle and
yeah.
Okay, so you're holding it and it's quite. So you guys removed it from its holder, so it's a pretty substantial thing.
8 inches by 4 inches, like it's.
And are you holding in your hand, or have you set it down?
Set it. It's on. It'll be whatever little rickety table. I've got the big book. I've got the candle that I'm looking at. I'm peering at it. I've got maybe some scattered notes of stuff, and I just plonk down here, and I'm sort of going to try to light the candle. Let's see what happens.
So you've got a long taper in the other hand.
Yeah.
And you is anyone else there, or are you alone?
I'm probably alone.
Okay, so you're doing a little private experimentation. Yeah. This is the beginnings of a magic user.
No, I'm not. I'm just muttering. I'm muttering to myself. That's for sure.
Excellent. You push the end of the taper against the wick. The candle touches it and it goes and extinguishes. So the taper that you had lit is now out.
Great.
There's probably another candle in the building giving you a little bit of light, but it just seems to extinguish the taper.
Here's the other thing, though. There's a reason Allard really didn't shine in graduate school, and so the answer is, I'll figure it out
tomorrow.
Okay. While we're back in the village,
yeah,
I am going to take my meager savings from foraging, my previous occupation, and go buy a bullseye lantern.
I think we would even pool our resources to get one stupid lantern into this party.
Yeah, nice.
A nice bullseye lantern.
A lantern will cost you.
I don't know how. I have no money marked.
Yeah, I don't either.
We never talked about starter money.
Well, the town will give you a lantern because of what you guys are doing. So you can just write that down. And it weighs a lantern weighs 1.
Just 1, or can we get 2?
You can roll to see if a second one's available. There's definitely 1, and Rob, if you want to roll to acquire.
Oh well, because it's be very useful. So I'm gonna
the village catapult. Can we rent that out?
I'm making my roll here. It is a 9. I'm not burning luck for this. A broken lantern, perhaps, one we need to repair.
Oh, come on, a 9's a good roll.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea.
Something's wrong with it. It goes out at the worst times.
I see. It's a 7 to 9 lantern. Okay.
It's a 7 to 9 lantern. The old 7 to 9.
And a 9 lantern is just as good as a 7 lantern. I guess.
Why don't you burn a luck and get a 10 lantern? It'll work.
Writing a 7 to 9 lantern on my character.
It'll cost more than expected. It'll be a poor substitute. You can jump through some. Yeah. So it's just as you said. It's actually it's broken. It's busted. There's a guy that keeps a stable in town, and he had one that it's like a copper lantern, and it's just broken apart. It needs to get fixed.
The horse has kicked it.
Yeah, exactly, and did not start the San Francisco fire.
what's alignment?
What is alignment? Oh yeah, that whole part.
Standard D&D.
Dog, Dean, your neutral dog.
So if you did not act on a particular trait,
Chaotic
so the way it
loyal.
works in this game is there's virtues and vices. You guys rolled them totally randomly, so I think so. For instance, Jaspar was it cruel and boastful?
Yeah.
Those are both vices.
Yeah.
So if you take a virtue, one virtue and 2 vices means you're chaotic. If you could drop one of those and gain a virtue, and then you'd be neutral. Or so right now those are your options. You can either be chaotic or neutral, given those 2 starting traits. And at the end of every session, you have the option to shift traits and actually shift your alignment. But right now, your options are chaotic or neutral. Oh, sorry. Or you could take a 3rd vice and you'd be evil.
Okay.
You don't have to decide the vices right now. I'm just saying right now your options are neutral, chaotic, or evil.
Okay. I'm going chaotic. Let's face it.
Not quite evil.
And what your alignment does is it allows you another way to gain XP, another avenue.
So where are the virtues and vices?
Those are in the main. If you here, let me share.
I lost that link months ago.
Yeah, we may need a fresh link.
I'm gonna So here's the main rule book for the main game, not for the funnel game, for the main freebooters. And if you look on page, I'll tell you what page here. Virtues and vices are
that takes me to a fighter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong. Sorry, that's weird. Copy link.
Oh, I'm so glad you pointed that out because I was sure that I'd done something wrong here.
How about that one? Does that need better?
I think I clicked on the first one. Hold on.
Yes, basic rules.
Okay, so in the PDF, page 38 is the page. It's a page spread.
I am downloading the hell out of this.
I love this. Just random spot. Hopefully, you'll learn to savor the dramatic tension generated by a tenuous fictional mortality. If not, this game may not be for you. Thank you, Jason.
What were basic? Trude has like 2 positive traits, right?
Yeah, she's hopeful and forgiving.
Yeah, so she can either, if she takes a 3rd virtue, she can be good. If she takes a negative, a vice, she could be lawful.
So I need a D100?
It's a tough one.
You don't have to, at this point, you don't have to roll. You could if you want, just for fun, but at the end of a session, you have the option. The only requirement is whatever your new trait that you get, you have to have done it this past session.
Okay.
Just to make sense.
Loyal?
To your doggy?
To my dog.
Nice. That's perfect.
I would have gone with self-centered, I think. It's all about you and your dog.
Yeah, so Kevin, for Alar and Crespin.
Let's see. Yeah,
you got lazy and stubborn for Alar.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, but the dude did not do well in graduate school.
So if you dropped one and took a virtue, you could be neutral. If you gained a virtue, you could be chaotic. And you're in the same boat as Dean. Neutral, chaotic, or evil.
No one here is good.
Ooh, Crespin has one of each. So Crespin right now is neutral and could stick with pious and liar.
Yeah.
Or he could gain, if he gained a virtue, he'd be lawful. If he gained a vice,
I think that's where the direction he's going.
Yeah.
Like lawful seems to be kind of his
yeah, that makes sense.
His thing. I didn't know about a line though. Is the virtues are listed in here somewhere? Yes.
On page 76, I thought.
76 of the actual. I don't know if it shows up as a because the spreads themselves.
Oh, here we are. Thanks. Yeah, sorry. Yep. No, I got you. All right. Yeah. So okay, I'll percolate on these.
Yeah. No need to decide right now.
Yeah, I think Yxtrude will probably be good. And Hoyvon is steadfast and hedonist. That.
Yeah, so that's one of each. He could be. He could say that would be neutral right there, and without changing anything. Or he could go lawful or chaotic.
Almost certainly chaotic. We'll figure that out though.
And the thing about alignment that kind of kicks in once you have an alignment is you get XP if you do a thing during the session. For chaotic, it's disrupt a prevailing order. For lawful, it's impose or maintain order in the face of chaos, etc.
That sounds chaotic.
Yeah, sounds like.
Yeah. Oh, this is cool though. I love the virtues and the vices. That's a really nice.
I don't remember how do people end up with 2 vices or 2 virtues?
We rolled for him in the beginning.
Just rolled 2D.
And they were random.
It was totally random. Yeah, totally
okay.
random. Yeah. So the hope is that over the course of the adventure and the way you behave, and then coming out the other side, and by adding a virtue or a vice, you're kind of shaping your character a little bit.
Right.
All right, I'm going to go check on my family. See if they're actually
awesome.
moving
Thanks for
towards
your time,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, guys.
Good session.
Yeah, no, super cool.
Have a good night.
I got my